Hi, and welcome to my guide how to complete the Tai Bwo Wannai Trio quest. The quest requirement is Jungle Potion, and the stats requirements are 5 fishing, 15 agility, 30 cooking and 30 fire making. Items needed: a small fishing net, pestle and mortar, a tinderbox, an agility potion of 4 doses, any spear but you will lose it, and they cannot be either bronze, iron, black or bone. Besides from those 4 you can choose any spear if you're liking, but you will lose it. Then you also need to have a magic or ranged attack method to kill a level 3. Next is some jogre bones, but if you don't have it you can also just simply kill a combat 48 jogre during the quest. And then for the final required item is some karamja rum with sliced banana in it. To get this item, I'm going to get it before the quest start. You can get this here at Musa Point, here in the banana plantation. I'm just going to pick 1 banana. It doesn't really have to be from the plantation, you just need to have 1 banana, slice it up by using a knife on it and go to the pub of Musa Point. Trade Zambo and pay him 30 GP to buy 1 karamja rum. Right click and use the bananas on the rum and you will get the required item. Next, for the recommended items, is 1 antidote or 1 anti-poison potion of 4 doses should be enough. Between 1 and 4 raw karambwans, which you have bought from another player, and if you're unable to buy those, then you will need to have 65 fishing. Then it is also recommended to only bring along weight reducing armor, because we don't need to fight anything during this quest besides a level 3 monkey. Then between 3 and 5 stamina potions, 3 if you're gonna use fairy rings and 5 if you will not be using those. Then for the final item is any logs that you can light. Now I will be making this guide so both players that are using a fairy ring as well as the ones that don't are able to complete this quest by using this one guide. Next, for the teleports, you will need to have 2 teleportation methods to Brimhaven. I will be using 2 teleports to my house because I have just moved my house to Brimhaven, but you could also just use scrolls of redirection on house steps if you have 40 construction. 2 teleportation methods to any fairy ring, and if you do not have access to the fairy rings you will need to simply run all the way and bring along 400 GP. Now this 400 GP will be needed to pay to charter a ship to the shipyard, which will be unlocked during the Grand 3 quest. If you've not started the Grand 3 quest or the shipyard, start it right now until you have unlocked the shipyard, or you will just need to run all the way there. Next teleport is any teleport to a bank, it doesn't matter which one. Next you will need to have 1 more additional teleport to any fairy ring. And if you do not have access to fairy rings, you will need to bring along 1 teleportation method to Cairn, which is located west of Shiloh Village, and then also 1 teleportation method to any charter ship, so we can take the boat to the shipyard. To get myself to Cairn without the use of fairy rings, I will be using an additional Brimhaven teleport, and to teleport myself to any charter ship with the respective payment, I will be using a minigame teleport to teleport myself to Fishing Trawler, and there I will be paying 720 GP to get myself to shipyard. Then for the final teleport is just 1 teleportation method away from Karamja after the quest is completed. Now I'm going to split this quest into 2 parts, because we will need to talk to 3 sons and make them return to the village. For the first part, the fishing son, I'm going to deposit pretty much my entire inventory. To start part 1, you just need to have your weight reducing armor, 1 small fishing net, 22 empty inventory slots, 1 antidote or anti-poison potion if you are combat 64 or lower. If you are higher, then you don't need this. 2 teleportation methods to Brimhaven, 2 teleportation methods to any fairy ring, or if you don't have access to it, 400 GP. Any teleportation method to any bank, I will be using a ring of dueling, and then 1 or 2 stamina potions. So to start this quest we will need to go to Tai Bwo Wannai village. Alright, in the Tai Bwo Wannai village, if you open up your minimap, if you have OS Buddy, you will see just south of the general store that there is a quest sign just east of the transportation sign. Enter this house and climb up the ladder, and here we should find Tim Franco. Talk to him. Select any of the 4 options, it doesn't matter. Then select the third option, Truvius sent me. Skip through the dialogue by pressing the spacebar and then just wait a moment and the conversation will continue. Then select the first option, that your gratitude is all I deserve. Select first option yes to start the quest. Next, run all the way back north to Brimhaven or use one of your first 2 Brimhaven teleports. Here in Brimhaven, just go a little bit east and here you should find at the fishing sign Lubufu or the henchback of Brimhaven. Let's talk to him. Select the third option, who are you? Next, let's talk to him again and select the first option, talk about him. Then select the fourth option, how old are you? Second option, what do you use for bait? Next, select the first option again, talk about him. Then select the third option, what do you do? Then the fourth option, I could help gathering bait. And then select the first option, you sound that you could use some help. And next he will ask you to gather 20 raw karambwans. Right, now the path splits if you have access to fairy rings or not. If you have access, then you just need to teleport yourself to any fairy ring and then use the code, where is it, CKR. I've written it in my chat box, so just use CKR and you've arrived to the Holy Lake. That is where we will need to go next. If you do not have access to fairy rings, then you will need to run all the way back south. Just follow the western shore of Karamja all the way south. I don't really know until where, until we have almost reached the tribesmen. From there we just need to go east and then we've also arrived to the Holy Lake. If you have access to the fairy rings and you use the code CKR, then you've pretty much teleported yourself to that lake. I'm almost there, I just need to keep running southeast and then it is time to start fishing. Once we've reached the eastern side of the Holy Lake, there you should find one net option. This requires a small fishing net and let's start fishing raw karambwans until we have 22 in our inventory. If you caught some shrimps, just drop them and only keep your raw karambwans. Okay, I've almost caught my 22nd raw karambwans. Now, if you have a low cooking level and you haven't bought extra raw karambwans from another player before starting this quest, it is optional to catch 1 or 2 more extra raw karambwans, because if you burn your raw karambwan during the quest, you will need to go back all the way to this lake, catch some more bait, and then go back all the way to the other side of Karamja to fish another karambwan and try to cook it. Now after you've caught at least 22 raw karambwans, let's teleport ourselves back to Brimhaven or run all the way back, and let's give 20 of these to Lubufu. Let's just simply talk to him and we will deliver it. Okay, let's talk to him again. Select the third option. What do you use to catch karambwa? Wait a second and he will restart the conversation. Then select the first option, yes. And he has taught you how to catch karambwans. Skip through the conversation, you will gain 1,500 fishing experience and you will also have a karambwan vessel. Let's use this on one of our raw karambwans to fill it up and then drop it. Next, talk to him again. Select the third option that you've lost your vessel. Then select the second option that a karambwan stole it. And he will give you another one. Next, fill this one up with raw karambwan G as well, and then pick up your dropped vessel. Next we will need to go to the most northeastern part of Karamja, here near the ferrying code of DKP. So once again, the path splits if you use fairy rings or not. If you have access to fairy rings, teleport to any fairy ring and use the code. I will write it down in my chat box again, DKP. And if you do not have access to fairy rings, then I would suggest you to go north. Because I have told you to bring 400 GP. 400 GP is a payment to charter yourself from Brimhaven to the shipyard. Now this requires the start of the Grand 3 quest, so be sure that you have unlocked that quest, else you will not be able to go to the shipyard, which is relatively close to where we'll need to be. Else have fun running over there. So where is my option of the shipyard? Are you kidding me? If you have started Monkey -1, get your ass to the shipyard. If you do not, else run all the way there, or get any other method to get yourself to the eastern side of Karamja. I'm going to go and use a gnome glider. Okay, this wasn't that bad. Once you've reached the DKP ferry ring, here you'll find a fishing sign as well as Tiadish. Let's talk to him. Then select the third option, is there anything I can do to help? After the conversation is over, let's use a karambwan vessel on the guy. And he will actually be able to start fishing karambwans. Next, if you have no spare karambwans, also select yes and he will give you 1 raw karambwan. If you do not have bought your spare karambwans and you do not have a high cooking level, that means that you've caught extra raw karambwans. Be sure that your vessel is filled and start fishing some extra raw karambwans. Because I have a decent cooking level, I'm not going to do this and I'm going to skip this part. And next item that we will need is some jogre bones. If you still do not have your jogre bones, just simply run south. Watch out for the lion and just keep going south until you see the shortcut sign as well as the gnome glider sign. Here you'll find a bunch of jogres. Just kill one of them for their bones. After you have the jogre bones, it is time to teleport yourself to any bank of your liking, and let's start to do part 2. This will be for son number 2 and 3, the adventurer, as well as the cook. For this, at the bank, we will need to have our filled karambwan vessel. as well as the karambwan rum with slices of banana in it, the jogre bones, your additional raw karambwans if you have a low cooking level, a pestle and mortar, a tinderbox, a small fishing net, we will still need this, any logs that you can light, this is just optional, but this will make the quests go like 2-3 minutes faster, a ranged or magic attack method to kill a level 3, next we will also need to have some food to pause aggressive monsters of less than combat 44, as well as failing agility obstacles, and they can do quite a lot of damage, especially when you have a low agility level. Then we will also need to have any spear that we will lose, but they cannot be bronze, iron, black or bone, our agility potion of 4 doses, 1 teleportation method to any fairy ring, or if you do not have that, you will need to have 1 teleportation method to Cairn. I will be using a Brimhaven teleport, and then 1 teleportation method back to Tiadish on the far northeastern side of Karamja. I wasn't able to use the shipyard option on the charter crew members, but if you have access, just bring any teleportation method to a charter ship with the respected payment. I was going to use the fishing trawler minigame teleport and then pay 720 GP, but because I will not be able to do that method anymore, I will just do the same thing and use a dual ring. And then for the final item is 1 teleport of Karamja after the quest is completed. You could still bring along your antipoison potion if you are combat 65 or less, and then the remainder of the inventory could be energy potions or 3 stamina potions. You don't need to have empty inventory slots. So right now we will need to go to Cairn. I will be teleporting myself to Brimhaven and run south. Or if you have access to fairy rings, just teleport yourself to any fairy ring and then use the code once again CKR, and then you've pretty much teleported yourself to Cairn Isle. I will see you there. Alright, after arriving to the start of Cairn Isle, just like in Shallow Village quest, let's just climb the rocks, hopefully not fail, and then try to cross this annoying bridge. Hopefully you will be able to, not fall, like me. If you fell, let's just try again. Alright, after you've crossed the bridge, you will find 2 scorpions and the NPC Tensei. Let's talk to him. Just skip through the dialogue until he asks for a certain item. The first item that he wants is karamja rum with sliced banana in it. After you've made it a moment, let's use this rum on the NPC. Okay, after waiting a moment once again, he will ask for the second item, which is a monkey sandwich. Alright, let's get off Cairn Isle and let's go to the monkeys next to the hunter sign that we have just passed. If you've used the fairy ring as well as you've ran from Brimhaven, You've seen the grogs as well as the hunter sign. Here you'll find a lot of monkeys. Try to kill one, but they will be too agile if you try to kill them with melee. That's why you will need to use magic or ranged to kill them. Alright, after you've killed one monkey, it will drop a monkey corpse. Pick this up. Once you have this, let's go southwest and there you should find a couple of red dots on your minimap. Go to any of them and you will find some seaweed. Pick one seaweed from the ground and let's go northeast. Now we'll need to go to the Holy Lake and fish 2 more raw karambwans. One and 2 caught, alright. Next, let's go continue running northeast into the jungle. Maybe open your map. There is a short empty space here. Just follow it until you see a mining sign. Near this mining sign we should find an NPC, the 3rd son and the final one called Tamayu. Let's talk to him. Next, let's talk to him again. Select the 3rd option, when will you succeed? And select the 1st option, yes, to follow him on his next hunt. Okay, after the cutscene is over, he says that his spear sucks, the lion regenerates his health too quickly, and he isn't agile enough. So what we'll need to do now is go west-northwest. We will now need to go to the everlasting fires of Tai Bwo Wannai village. If you just go to the red line just a little bit northwest, follow it south of it, follow the line south until you see a darker area on your minimap. Here you'll find the 2 everlasting fires just like in the jungle potion quest. Here we will need to cook raw karambwan on the fire and hopefully not burn it because I have only 1. And if you have poison karambwan, you've successfully cooked it. Once you have this, grind it with your pestle and mortar. And then use the paste on any spear that you have, if it is just not bronze, iron, black or bone. Next we will need to give this spear to the NPC Tamayu, so let's return back east. Let's return to the mine and give him the spear. Also we will need to give him the agility potion. Let's try to find the NPC. Then use the spear on him. Next, right click on your agility potion, be sure that it has 4 doses and do not drink it else it will not work anymore, and use this on Tamayu. And he will prepare for the next hunt. Alright, after waiting a moment, after giving him these 2 items, let's talk to him again. And select the 3rd option, can you take me to your next hunt? Alright, after he has slayed the lion, let's talk to Tamayu. Next, let's use the monkey corpse on him and he will skin it. While he's doing the animation, let's use the seaweed on the monkey skin and you will have a seaweed sandwich. This is what Tinsei wanted. So let's return to Cairn Isle and give this to Tinsei. Next, what he wants is marinated burnt jogre bones. If you still do not have jogre bones in your inventory, go east to the shortcut, cross the log and kill a jogre. Oh boy, I'm dying. Be sure that you have your jogre bones in your inventory right now. Hopefully I will not fail to cross the bridge. Ah, damn it. Alright, crossed the bridge. Let's right click and use it on Tinsei. Be sure to not eat it, else you need to kill another monkey. And this was the second item that he wanted. Next, for the third item, marinated burnt jogre bones. After this entire conversation is over. Okay, once it is finally over, let's use our tinderbox on the jogre bones so we can burn them. While waiting for the jogre bones to burn, let's use our pestle and mortar on one of our newly caught karambwans to make them into paste. Next, we'll just need to wait for the jogre bones. To be burnt. Once they are, pick them from the floor and use the karamja gin paste on the burnt jogre bones. Next, we will just need to cook them. That's why I have brought any logs that you can light and then use it on the fire. If you do not have brought your any logs that you could light, hopefully you've brought an axe, and here are some trees that you can cut down and light, else you will need to run back to the everlasting fires. Alright, after you have gotten your marinated G-bones, let's give this to Tinsei by using on it. Be sure to not eat it, that would be a pain in the ass. And that will be the final item that he wants. Now Tinsei and Tamayo will return to the village, but not Tiadish. First he wants a crafting manual. Therefore we will need to have our filled karambwan vessel and use this on Tinsei. Wait a moment and he will give you a crafting manual. Okay, the quest is almost over. Now we just need to give this to Tiadish. So either just get off Cairn Isle and go to the fair ring of CKR, and then use the code DKP, I've written it in my chat box once again. Or if you do not have access to fair rings, either teleport yourself to any gnome glider and make your way to the eastern side of Karamja, or teleport yourself to any charter ship, for example the one of fishing trawler, and pay 720 GP to make yourself to the shipyard, but that will require Monkey Madness 1. I do not have access, so I will have to go to Gandius. Alright, back at Tinsei, let's use the crafting manual on Tiadech. Yes, and he will return to the village. So to return to the village, either go back to your fair ring and use the code CKR, and then you will be back south of the village. If you do not have access to the fair rings, then you will need to run all the way back. Alright, after you have returned to the village, let's return to the father, Tim Franco, to complete our quest. Let's talk to the dude. It was nothing really, doesn't matter what he will say. And he will give you 2000 GP, and congratulations, you've completed Tai Bwo Wannai village quest. You are awarded with 2500 attack and strength experience, 5000 fishing and cooking experience. Now, as you could have seen, there is no experience drop. That is because we do not have gained those experience yet. Therefore, we'll need to go down and let's go south. Keep going south and enter the semi-red circle, and here you'll find on the southern side 3 houses. It doesn't matter which one first, but let's take the western one. Open the bamboo door and here you'll find Tiadish. Let's talk to him. And he will give you 5000 fishing experience. Also, you have now unlocked his shop, and if you trade him, there will be raw karambwans as well as karambwan vessels. Next, let's go to the center hut, and there we should find Tinsei. It is the guy that we have given him all that kinds of food. After we've talked to him, he will give us 5000 cooking experience. Next, let's go to the adventurer in the eastern house, Tamayo. After we've talked to him, we will gain 2500 strength and attack experience. Also, be sure to click to continue, and he should give you a rune spear KP. Now, after you've completed this quest, you have now also unlocked the continuation of barbarian training, which means that you are now able to use your smithing skill to make your own spears. For example, bronze spears require 5 smithing, as well as the barbarian training, as well as this quest. Alright, this was my guide how to complete the Tai Bwo Wannai village quest. Hopefully it helped. Subscribe, rate and comment. Okay, thanks, bye.